Welcome to the 121st episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome, returning viewers. And for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could join us. Colleen and I are glad to be back. We haven't been on for a while. As you know, we've done our little craft shows. We've been very busy. That's what we're going to talk about in our adventure today. Also, Colleen and I got COVID. We don't need to talk about that. But before we begin talking about our adventures and our craft shows, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
So May is wearing one of her favorites, which is, well, maybe it is her favorite. It's the Anguli Cowl by Hilary Smith Callis. And the yarn that I used was Songbird Yarns and Fibers, and it's the sock base, and this is the Blue Jay colorway. And oh my goodness, that is your color for sure.
I love this color, and it reminds me of the picture I took of the Blue Jay when we went to Niagara Falls, and it was outside the car in the parking lot.
That's right. And all of a sudden,
Blue Jay, it's like
Blue Jay knitting.
Showed up, but I like it. It's nice.
That's good. I'm glad. And what I'm wearing is the Honey Cowl, and that is by Antonia Shankland. And this, as you can see, is knit as a double wrap, but you can knit it as a single wrap. So I used the Sirdar Snuggly Baby Bamboo double knitting. Now, the one that I'm wearing is if you use one ball. This is what happens if you use two. Then it becomes a little bit more deep, and then you can do that. You'd obviously need more if you're going to do it double up. But
how does it sit on your neck when you do two? Do you know? Like this?
Yeah, basically it's the same except it's a little bit more.
Nice.
Yeah. So just the single part is almost like wearing a necklace.
It feels really nice, soft.
Yeah, it is.
Nice yarn.
Yeah. It's got 80%, I looked at this the other day, 80% bamboo and 20% wool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Simple.
Exactly. It's a nice pattern. I really enjoyed knitting that pattern. So that's what we're wearing, and next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is the Christine Button Cowl, and that's by Cozy Up Knits. This was very popular at our booth. Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about that yet, but very popular at the booth.
Who said, is there rules?
No, I don't think
you can talk about it. It was very popular at the booth.
It was. And here is one that I did. And it's called Taupe Tweed is what this one. So the ball band just says Charisma, but it's Charisma Tweed. It knits up fast. We had one situation where I was knitting one up and finished it, sewed it together, put the buttons on, put it out, and then...
Put it out on the mannequin.
On the mannequin, and then...
On display, gone.
Gone.
First person bought it.
Exactly.
I was going to say, I like this taupe color. I know you've done them in many different colors. Mm-hmm. You've done them in white. You've done them in kind of a lighter taupe.
Beigey color, yeah.
Beigey color.
Yeah.
And they're all really, and you've done it in black too.
I have.
And they were definitely a big seller at our booth. So
and I like knitting them. I like doing the cables.
And the buttons were great. They came from something else, but...
I had purchased a coat at Goodwill and got buttons that way, but I'm also a member at Fabricland, and then you get buttons half price.
Yes, good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the buttons are great.
Yeah. So that's that.
Nice.
All right. I probably knit a few other ones of those, but this is all we have left right now. So that's that. My next finished object is, well, actually ended up being two finished objects. And that is some Newfie mitts. I'm going to let you model those
I
ones.
was going to say, if I'm looking red, it's not makeup.
Oh. Okay, don't try them on.
Okay.
No, don't try these ones on. Okay, these ones are for my mom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and what I used was... Let me show you the pattern. Oh my goodness, get yourself organized, woman. They are the Newfie Knits by Nadine Reeves. And I had made a lot of them. So those are ones for my mom. If you say, oh my gosh, they look exactly the same as the ones for May's mom. They are.
Different sizes or same size?
No, same size.
Is it one size fits all? You make them all the same size?
It is, because the only thing that I did with the boys is I used one needle size up, and it made them a little bit longer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are nice.
They're lovely. So I used Red Heart Soft is the black. The nice thing about Red Heart Soft is there's no dye lot. So you can go 3 years from now and buy black, and it is the same dye lot.
Thing? Wow.
Which is kind of nice.
That?
I don't know. Now Heartland is different. So that is the burgundy color that shows up in there. And Heartland is lovely because of the yarn itself. It's not flat as far as the color. There's kind of little bits in between. And I'm not sure how they do that, but it is quite lovely.
Wow. Very
It
nice.
is. I really, really like how it comes
Even
up.
if you had a different dial with that color, I don't think you'd even notice it
No,
in
you
there.
probably wouldn't.
No.
Now, make and model these ones because guess what? These are for her.
Wow. Look at that. The different colors are nice.
Exactly. So it depends on the contrast, depends on what you want to do.
Color, coat color.
Coat color, exactly. Mostly I know that's the color they
Most
do.
people
Like,
have a black coat, don't they?
yes, they do. Lots of people do.
Oh,
look at that.
Nice. Those are beautiful.
There you
and
go.
they're going to keep me nice and warm when you're shoveling.
It appears I'm going to shovel. There we go.
Those are beautiful. Did you
Good.
knit
I'm
some
glad
for
you like
yourself?
I have not knit any for me.
Oh, you have to knit some for yourself.
Oh, well, I might do that. But right,
Yes,
I
those
was-
are beautiful. Look at that.
and I love that color.
Yeah, it looks like seashells almost.
Exactly.
Nice.
I didn't tell you what it was. I said I had purchased two. I had purchased this color of blue and one that's a little bit more of a royally blue. And you said you like that one, but which is the one I figured you would like.
Right, yes, nice.
So
Very nice.
Newfie Mitts, great pattern, by the way. I've done a lot of them, and anybody that we've made them for, they've loved them. So that's good.
And they knit up pretty quick. From what I see, I could be wrong.
You know what? I almost have the pattern memorized, which helps a lot. And it's a nice pattern, and the thumb's easy to work with, so that's good.
Good.
Now, what else do I have? The next thing I have, oh my goodness, something else for May. So I decided, no, that's not true. You decided, so I had bought the Biscott Biz Sock yarn, and this is called Hudson's Memories.
Sometimes I decide things I don't even know I'm deciding things.
So,
Colleen makes
yeah.
it a trick question.
So anyway, so I had purchased a ball at the Itty Bitty Yarn Company in Mitchell. And I said to May, you have a choice. I can either make you some shorty socks or I can make you some fingerless mitts. And what did you decide?
Fingerless mitts?
Fingerless
Because
mitts.
I have a few shorty socks that you've knit. So.
Yes,
And
you
they're
do.
great, by the way.
So I decided to make some dynamite mitts. So this is KF Jones of the Bakery Bears. And I wasn't sure with the stripes how it would all come up, but it looks
Wow.
really nice. So you're going to be the model there, Vanna.
These are great. I'm going to like these.
Now you can, if you find that too long, you can flip them down. I did that on purpose.
You can do that?
Yep, you can flip it down if you'd like.
Those are going to be great for driving and stuff. you
That's
know,
what
like,
I thought.
Those are gonna be
And I
nice
have to
color.
tell you, I mean, I love the Biz Sock from Biscott Yarns, but oh my goodness, like knitting these and putting them on. I kept putting them on and say, I think I like these.
You can knit some of these for yourself.
Well, I might, because guess what? So it was, how many grams did we have? It was 100 grams, and I measured it just before we came on air, and 59.6 grams
Wow.
left. So I
I
can
like
make
how
another pair.
high up they go.
Yes.
And I like this ribbing kind of design here. It's
Yeah.
not ribbing. It's a design in it that kind of hugs your hand.
I know. Oh,
It's
they look
great.
good.
They're great. I get a lot of wear out of those.
That's good.
Because you don't want to always wear mitts.
No,
because
that's right.
Or you don't want to. You need
Something.
fingerless mitts sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah,
There
those
you
are
go.
great. Thank you.
You're welcome. She's just getting all her Christmas
Wow.
presents early, that's for sure. And then my last finished object, which actually ends up being two finished objects, but one of them's already gone. And that is one of these. I have to make sure I get the person that did it. Athena Vandendoel is the person name of it. It's a ribbed headband with a twist. And this is designed for bulky yarn. And so I used, one was Charisma. And I did it in purple because somebody that had purchased something from one of our
A double scarf.
double wrap scarf in
Scarf.
purple said, could you? And I thought, well, I wanted to try the pattern. I've got the pattern. You got back to them and said, you want a twist or no twist? She said twist. And so I finished it and delivered it, and she's happy with it.
And she's happy with it, and it looks fantastic. And have you checked your emails, see if she got back to you or anything?
I have not. I have
That'll be
not.
interesting. But
Exactly.
so it was kind of like a what would you call that? A special order.
It was a special
Somebody
order.
said, "Can you knit me this?" And you did it, and it
And I
was
thought,
great.
yeah, I think I can do that.
It's
And
good that you had
then
the time to do that.
May said, she did.
Well, at one of our booths, when we put in, we'll talk about the adventure. The lady beside us deals with alpaca, and she actually buys some of her alpaca yarn
Right.
from our friend Deb, who we visited the alpaca farm.
Right.
And on the sign there, and as you'll see in the video when we talk about adventures,
Right.
they said that alpaca is 3 times warmer than wool. I don't know who and how that works.
I
and
don't
who,
know either.
Who tests that? We should test that out.
Yes,
I
we
should make one in acrylic, or and make one in alpaca or
There we
wool
go.
or whatever, and then I'll go outside when it's freezing.
Okay. And
And
we'll
then-
make her stand out there for half an hour.
And then I'll be the judge.
Okay, we can do that.
Because alpaca to me, I mean, it sounds like a wonderful thing, but it's so soft and fine. I find that hard to believe, but I'll have to test it out.
Exactly. Now, May does not know this, but I borrowed this. Anyway, this is the one that I made for her. And this is the Amelie Illimani. And it knits up nicely. Now, I adjusted the number of stitches. So when I made it in Charisma, I've done a lot of these actually, but I only finished 2. So with the Charisma, I had to drop the number of stitches. With the Amelie Illimani, I had increased the number of stitches, but I increased too much. So then I had to decrease again. So, but you've had tried this on, which we won't mess your hair up right now.
Yeah, because my hair could be easily messed.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And
but
it
I love
looks
the
really
design.
good on you.
I love the
and the
design.
nice thing about the twist, it can either go at the front or it can go at the back. You know how your neck kind of goes like this, so it's got a space so it can go at the back. Depends on how stylish you want to be.
I love the design. I don't always like wearing a hat, so this is going to be perfect. But I will do that test. I'm going to do that test.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
And I'm going to throw her outside. See what she can do.
You'll see
now,
the
I
ice
can't
goes-
even remember where I wore this. I did wear this because I thought I need to wear something because I just, my hair's short and I needed to go somewhere. I thought, okay, I'll do that before she even knows I did it. And then I just did it.
And did you like it? Was it warm?
Oh my goodness, it's warm.
Oh, okay.
You would think it's so
fine though.
It's so airy, and yet because the rib comes this way, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and it's a great pattern because the way that it's worked. Now you need to know what your gauge is, so that's only.
Now, when you buy alpaca yarn, it's a little bit more expensive.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. But I think you're worth it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's kind of like being cashmere, but not cashmere.
Cashmere, but not cashmere.
Very, very nice.
There you go. Those are my finished objects. My hands are tired. But you know what was fun? What was fun to finish up doing our booth things and be able then to, spend some time doing things just for you, finishing up Christmas knitting.
Right.
Like it just felt good to be doing something for
Different.
The family and something for May, something different, trying the headband with the twist, because I think this might be a good booth seller too.
Right. But even though we did do the booth thing,
Yes.
You never really stopped knitting. Like, because when
No.
we were at the booth, it was good to see Colleen knit her
Right.
product,
Right.
and then I could be still talking, so you could sit and knit and
Yes.
show them that you doing the work, which was
Right.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you're able to get some things done during that time too, and
That's right.
you never really stopped. Like,
No.
you stopped maybe to load up and load and unload and
Yeah,
that, but
that's
really
right.
you didn't stop knitting. As you can see, there's lots of things that you've done. So that was great.
That's right.
So that's it. That's
N-
great.
Now, finished objects for you, my dear?
Well, we're busy with the booths, as you know, but I'm also having to do things for my miniatures.
Right.
And so as we're doing Little House on the Prairie miniatures, and I'm in charge of doing the beds.
Right.
I guess there's 2 beds. I thought I was in charge of doing 1 bed, but I'm in charge of doing 2 beds.
That's because you're so good.
And the first bed was a little large
Okay.
for the Little House on the Prairie thing.
Yes,
Just a
scale
little
is
bit.
everything.
Scale is everything. The scale was correct, but that scale just didn't fit, so I had to end up
Okay.
redoing.
Oh.
So you have to do a kit there's 20 people in our group.
Right.
And so I had to redo the bed.
Oh, dear.
And then I had to do another bed, which was good because I
Right.
hadn't started that. But when you're starting from materials you already have,
Right.
it's a little bit better to start from scratch. Because I had to modify
oh, dear.
the
Yep.
sizes from the last one.
Yeah.
Anyway, it has worked out, but it was very time consuming.
Right.
Glad that's done. We'll be putting a video up on how I kind of designed the bed, the 2 beds, and how I put those together and for the
Right,
kids. And I will
right.
definitely do that, and hope some of my miniature people will watch it, so then they'll know how to put the miniature beds together.
That sounds like a great
Whew.
thing.
So that was a lot, and it was because there was a 2-day window where the temperature was about 10 degrees, and I was able to get in the garage.
That's
But
right.
my days of being in the garage are becoming less and less. So.
That's true. 6 is not
Yes.
going to cut it.
No,
No.
it's very cold out there, but
That's
I'm
right.
working on getting a heater, so we'll see how that
Oh,
works.
this could be good.
Yes. So anyway, that was my finished objects.
And next we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is a pair of socks, and it is that Katie Lou sock pattern. Love this pattern. It was the very first one. Remember I took that
Yes.
class? There
That
you go.
was how many years ago? 5 years ago, I think.
Oh my gosh, it's got to be 5 years ago.
5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, and now we joke about people being sock worthy.
You have knit It would be interesting to see how many pairs of socks you've knit since you took that course.
Oh, we could go back and find
We
out.
could probably go back and find
That's
out.
right. So what I'm doing, these are birthday socks, which we shall not mention for whom they are. Now, the good news is I've already made the ornament to go with these. So I'm going to give the ornament at Christmas, and then these
Right.
come later on in the year. So this is Bernat socks, and this is called Tutu. Lovely bright pink.
Reminds me of Barbie movie that we will not talk about.
Somebody said, oh, we're going to watch the Barbie movie. We went, oh.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So there you go. So I've just started, but it's going to be a work in progress. And those
That's
I can,
cute.
you know, while you're watching Christmas movies, we can get them done. And I've got a
I
couple
like how you
months to
say
get them
we.
done
We. That's like the royal we.
that we can
Yeah.
watch. We watch them.
Oh, I thought you meant we make them.
Oh no, we watch the movies.
Oh yeah, we watch the movies.
And
Colleen
I
makes
make
them.
them. So that's the first one. And then my second work in progress is an Advent knit along. Now you have to be a patron of the Bakery Bears, and right now it is the Nutcracker socks. So every couple of days you get more parts to the pattern. And I'm going to not fall down. There we go. So I'll let you hold that up. So you can see there's 3 colors, and they are all the ultimate sock. You and I took a run out to the Little Red Mitten, and actually you weren't even in. I thought, I'm going to be brave, because normally it's, May, what color should I pick? I thought, oh, I can do this. So I liked this. I know that Kay Jones had picked green, and where I've got the navy, and I thought, well, then it's kind of Christmassy socks. But this one I like. And I looked at Nutcracker socks, looked at the Nutcracker and thought, okay, I've seen Nutcrackers this color, so
You definitely did a great job
Thank you.
picking Nutcracker colors because it looks like Nutcracker.
that's the plan.
Nice. And those wouldn't be normal colors that you would pick either. Like,
No.
It's kind of cool to do that.
Exactly.
Then you kind of get a different kind of...
Exactly. And I know that I'm going to have 50 grams of each left, so I can do something else with it.
And each one seems to have a different thing going on.
It does. There's some stripes, there's some textures,
Right.
there's some lace. It's
Wow.
really neat how she does it.
That's really nice. You having fun doing that?
I am really enjoying it. I kind of
Good.
say to me, excuse me, got to get on the computer, got to find out what I have to do today. So that's that. Now, my next work in progress, which you might think is a finished object, but it isn't, is something called Zuzu's Petals.
Is this it?
No.
Oh.
So Zuzu's Petals is this. Now, I have knit this before, and this is by Karina Spencer, if I am correct. Karina Spencer, right at the bottom. Now, I am using some lovely yarn from the Creative Knitter, and it is beautiful. It's tweed. I've never worked with tweed yarn. Now, you're going to say, oh my gosh, Colleen, that's so very little. Well, it needs to be blocked. It's going to open up. It's going to be nice and lacy. It's going to be the perfect thing for under a coat.
So some things definitely need to be blocked.
Blocking. And you and I are going to have a blocking party this week.
Okay.
All right, so before people come to stay over for Christmas, we will have a blocking party that will be done. And we're going to do a little bit of filming so I can show you the difference between what the fiber is and how you block it.
All right. Now, I believe this one was blocked, I imagine.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I would imagine. You got to
Yeah.
open up the
Very
lace.
nice. It's gonna be
and
interesting
the
to
tweed
see the
yarn is
difference.
lovely. I've got 40-ish
Could you get another one out
meters
there?
yet. No, I couldn't.
Oh.
But I'm going to try and figure something because I could
Piping
add
or
this.
something.
Absolutely, I could do something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, that's great.
Exactly. It's
Very
lovely.
nice. That's really nice.
And the yarn is lovely. Like it's not.
Yeah. And it'll
You
be
know,
nice
so
to
like
see.
you and I always do this. It's going to be picky. It's going to
It's
be
nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice to do before and after here, blocked.
Right. We will
before
do
and after,
that
yes.
when we're showing
Yeah,
all that.
really nice.
Oh,
And,
well,
and
thank
it
you.
is soft.
It is that tweed yarn.
Yes,
I wanted
like
to use
it.
some tweed.
Ooh.
Now, oh,
Your yarn's rolling all over me.
that's okay.
That's my life.
Yes, that's true. Now, speaking of tweed, were we speaking of tweed? We were.
Were we speaking of tweed?
Yes. Now, this is something called, I'll let you hold this up. So this is another thing. It definitely has to be blocked.
Is it
it's
just
rolling.
is this a tube or is there any? Oh, there's a little twist in
There's
it.
a little twist. It's called Turnt. There you go. So it actually was very interesting. Patterns by Laura Nelkin, one of the Lola's Choice. And what came was mohair, and I knew I couldn't wear mohair. So I just put that out, and I did Scrumptious Lace by Fiber Spates for the green color. And then the thing is called Make It Tweed. So it is a knit-in thread, which is amazing. And that's what all those little specks are. So it gives it some other color. And I've seen, when I took my spinning class, which is not on a bicycle, but with a drop spindle. When I took that class, there was a lady who was wearing a sweater that she'd done with that stuff in it.
Oh, nice.
And it was beautiful. It had taken something that was a plain, it was purple, by the way. It was a plain purple and had given it all these little flecks.
Be nice to see. Now you have to block this
I
one.
definitely have to block it
Because
because
it's
we've got
part of the
edges
blocking
rolling.
party?
Yep, it's part of the blocking party.
Yes. Well, it'll be interesting to see what this looks like on. It's very fine.
It is very fun.
Right. Nice.
Exactly.
Nice, though.
Exactly. I need to make it stretch a
you've
little
been
bit. this
busy.
way. I have. Now, part of the blocking party is also going to be this, which doesn't look like it would fit anybody, but see what happens. So the whole idea, this is the Journeyman hat. I've shown it on a previous podcast, but I just want to mention that it's going to be part of the blocking party. You know, for a guy who's working outside, they don't want to be having something with a rolled up brim and all that. It's just supposed to sit over here.
Right.
So I'm going to block it, but because this is acrylic, so that we don't have to worry about wool, somebody can throw it in the washer or
Right.
dryer. And so I'm going to block it, and then it's going
That'll
to
be
fit.
interesting to
Yeah.
see that on. Maybe we
So
can
we're going
have
to
one of the boys
steam
model
block it.
that. Yes.
Oh,
this-
we can do that.
yes. That'd be nice.
Exactly. So that should be fun.
Nice.
Oh my goodness, so many things. Now, another work in progress is called a Faggoted Lace Chemo Cap by Gail Pounds. And that has to do with the pattern, the lace pattern in it. So I have started working on this, and I am using this. This is for a friend of ours who's dealing with some health issues, and it's Barocco Comfort DK, by the way.
Oh,
This
she's
is
gonna
the
like that.
softest thing. And it looks small, but it stretches like
Right.
it's amazing, and it's really comfortable. I knit this for somebody else who was having a health challenge, and they said it was really, really comfortable.
Yep, they really like it. And it's nice for the summer, too, because the other person
Exactly.
that you knit this for, hair fell out.
Exactly.
And then they needed something for the summer, and
Right.
it was actually quite nice for that. So it's good
Exactly.
that you do those.
So I bought 2 or 3 colors of this, and so I'm gonna make more than one, and so
Right,
just say
yes.
enjoy. Let's let the person enjoy. Okay, one more. Thanks for your patience. This is the Midwinter Sock Set by Summer Lee Designs, and I am doing version 2. And what I got was a set it's Midwinter Sock Set. This is Leo and Roxy, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. There it is. And I've been working on this, and then I put it aside with all the other knitting I was doing. But then I came back to it, and May was good to be the model. Whoops, we've got things flying everywhere. There you go. So there's one of them done. Now, there's tons of threads in the inside, and I'm going to have to take some time and weave them all in, but I wanted to get the knitting part done because I'm a little stressed
These are
out.
beautiful. And the yarn makes it do this, all this design.
Yeah, every time there's a new color, that's me changing
Wow,
color. It's not
nice.
like it's striped yarn.
Oh, really?
Really.
Oh, no. Can we
Oh,
look
yes.
on the inside then?
Yes, you can totally turn it
Oh,
inside
my
out.
gosh. So that means you've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, I do. There's a lot of ends to weave in.
Oh, isn't
Now-
it easier just to do the yarn where the yarn is?
Well, it can be, but I wanted to get the pattern with the little flecks. You could probably use self-striping yarn, but anyway,
Yeah.
I wanted to do this because I really liked the pattern of it.
Right.
Now, here's my dilemma, folks. I'm just letting you know my dilemma. You know the world of yarn chicken?
Right.
I'm playing it. I have lots of this color of yarn. This is what I need to make the toe out of.
Oh, dear.
And I have to get to the end of the sock.
Can you make it?
I don't know.
Well, if you can't, these are for me, yes?
Yes, they're for you.
Well, I'm okay with a black toe and a gray toe.
But you know what? I'm sure that in my stash of yarn that I've used up, I have leftover gray yarn. I'm sure that I do,
if you run out.
if I run out. So
It'll be interesting to see if you can make
Yeah.
it or not, won't it?
let's see. We're going to just talk this out. So I am right here. So I have, and I've done that one. So I have 1, 2, 3. Oh, only 3 rows of that. And then make the toe.
Ooh, it's cutting it pretty close. It'll be
I
interesting.
had a moment yesterday where I thought, well, if I cut all the gray threads and weave
Oh
them
my
in, I would
gosh.
have enough to maybe make it. But if it's just the toe, you might end up with a
Black toe?
Black toe.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
It works
We
for
will
me.
see.
And I forgot to mention when we were talking about what we were wearing, I'm wearing socks too.
You are?
Yes, I'm wearing some of the socks that you knit.
Okay.
So, yes, so you'll get to see
Are they
those.
comfy?
Oh, they're beautiful. I love
Okay.
them. They're,
Okay,
they're great.
good.
It's nice and warm. The weather's perfect for them.
Oh, good.
I love it.
All right.
Thank you.
So that is a pile of works in progress. Some of them, as you can see, are done, but not done. Like to me, if I know it needs to be blocked, for instance, this is definitely not done.
Right.
If I put that on right now, it would look ridiculous. So I have to block it and
Right.
do what I need to do with that. So
All right.
that, I like that.
You
I
have
really
been
like that
one
pattern.
busy lady.
You know what's really cool about the Zuzu's petal pattern? They have one that is similar, but it's for a puppy.
Oh, that would be cute to do dog coats and stuff.
Exactly. So I'm not exact. I have to judge how big the dog has to be,
Right.
but I know there's something called a snood that it's like a tube.
Right.
Oh, we should maybe do with some of the cowls we didn't know what to do with, and then you can put it over
Dogs.
the dog's head.
Wow, it's a good idea.
There we go.
Wow,
So-
you're busy. You make me feel like I don't do anything. When I see everything you do, I'm
dear.
like, oh my
Okay,
gosh, I don't do
How
anything.
many beds did you have to cut out?
Okay, so I did do 40 beds.
Yes, you did.
And I did cut them off.
I did not do 40
Yes.
things.
But while you're doing that, I've been watching YouTube because,
Yes.
as you'll see, it when we do talk about our adventure and we talk about our booth, the one fellow next to us had a booth of woodworking toys, and I was
Toys.
really, I loved them, and I loved what he did, and he was kind
Exactly.
of really talking to me about how he did things, and
Exactly.
it was really interesting. Anyway, so I thought I can make toys too.
Of course you could.
And he was helping me out a little bit about how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been watching, while you've been knitting, I've been watching YouTube on how to make little
That's
toys.
right.
So I'm looking forward to doing that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of Christmas movies too.
Oh, yes, there's lots of Hallmark movies.
We do enjoy those.
But it's been nice to be able to relax a little bit. Like,
Ooh, that's
we
true.
had some friends over.
That's right.
Carrie, Linda, it's great to see her. They always watch us. They're, one of our biggest fans. And in the souvenirs, I'll show you what Carrie had made. I love it. It's a great idea. So.
Exactly.
Or Linda made. I think Linda made it.
All right.
One of the two of them made it. Anyway,
And then we'll
so
show
we
you
go.
what Carrie made. Because
Okay.
they're both there.
Yeah.
All right. So next we're going to talk about our adventure.
Colleen and I are excited to talk to you about our booth adventure. We went to 3 different places. Well, we went to more than 3. Maybe we went to 5 different places. But on the video, you'll just see 3 different places. The one was Thorndale. The second one was a church where Colleen did her knitting. And how was that for you doing your knitting? Just
It was
you were a little
good.
nervous.
I was a little nervous. You know, you do your knitting and hope people will like it, and we did
and how to
okay.
price things and
Exactly. That's the trick.
But when you're there, you meet different vendors and you
Right.
talk, and it's kind of really a
Right.
nice little. It ends up being a nice little group.
Exactly.
And the one where we did the knitting one, you'll see in the video the lady that we met, and she buys her yarn, her alpaca from Deb in Thorndale.
Zeraldo, yeah.
Some of her yarn, not
Yes,
all of it.
right. And some Sammy's alpacas, Strathroy shape.
Yes, she works there,
Yep.
and that's where you can walk around with the alpaca. And we talked about going there sometime, and we
Maybe we
should videotape.
should.
I'd love to do that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so we met a lot of nice people. Did a lot, a lot of visiting with the neighbors.
That's
and,
right.
and collaborating with different people.
That's right.
The one lady at the last show we went to, the wood show, she was kind enough. We got talking about wood, and she brought some scroll saw blades for me
That
the
was
next
really
day, which
nice.
was really nice. That
Exactly.
was a 4-day show.
That's right.
And why don't I just put in the video and you'll see what we're talking about. We're actually getting more efficient, and
Exactly.
it helps that the bins are all the kind of the same.
Yes, Walmart had a
Size.
great deal on those bins, so they
Yeah.
think there were $7.97 or something.
We are getting a lot more efficient. Now, I think we showed some video on this in the past
This is in
podcast.
Thorndale.
Yes, Thorndale. But we're going to get on to the other ones also as we move along. This was definitely Thorndale. This was later on in the day because Colleen and I usually get there quite early.
Exactly. One thing I need to do is test out that square to find out whether our internet connection's going to work. And this was one of those ones, if you see me flipping through my phone there, oh my goodness. So this was one where we had to run out to use the square. It still worked and people were wonderful and it was no problem.
And that's always a bit of a stress for you. That
Absolutely.
became a bit of a stress.
Yeah.
Now we're heading out. We've finished that one, and now we're heading to Colleen's knitting one, which was at a small church near our house. So again, we packed efficiently. We only needed the little Honda, which was great, and we needed one vehicle, so that worked out very well. And the bins with your yarn are a little larger, a little bit more awkward, but they work.
They do. And we have these lovely
Wagons.
One was from Costco, one we got from Canadian Tire, and very, very helpful. So you can take a lot in at a time.
My miniature people call it the Maymobile because I could sell these things because I love them so much. They're just so efficient. They fold right up. And the cool thing is both of them fold up differently. One folds up flat and one folds up like a tower, so it works. Again, Colleen and I get to places, one of the earliest, because then you can spread out and...
Exactly. And test out that square.
Yeah.
And there was a window near where we were in the church. We had to go take an elevator downstairs, but there was a window, and I don't know whether that did it or whether it was just the internet was working better. So we use our own data just to be safe, and it worked in this one, so there was no running outside.
And you know what? We did quite well in the knitting show, or you did quite well in the knitting show, considering we were in the basement, you know.
That's right.
And it worked out okay. And, you know, people go to such great lengths to make their booths look amazing, don't they?
That's right.
The work involved, I really appreciate what everybody does to get ready. The lady on the left-hand side, she was helping her daughter out. They were doing dog bandanas and things, and she was helping her daughter out, and it helps her pay through her university.
A few project bags.
Now here I am putting on the lights, which I find make a huge difference.
It does. It's amazing when you set those up and turn those lights on.
You don't need electricity. You just charge them with the computer, and they seem to work.
That's fantastic.
My only stress is when we had shows back to back, that they had to all be charged. So I had like any computer we had in the house. I had your laptop, my desktop, and I had my laptop. To charge them all up so they'd be ready for the next show, but it really makes a difference.
And it's interesting to see what we have here as opposed to what we were left with at the end of the next show.
Now here's a young lady, and she is from a Mindful Maker, and this is her little business, and she does amazing work. Really nice young lady. She was kind of our neighbor. I think she did quite well too.
All kinds of alpaca products. I love the headbands that she did. There we go. There's that lovely square.
Her square probably worked well too. She had a lot of needlepoint things, I noticed.
Exactly. And she had some felted soaps. They're coming up up at the top. There's with the alpaca.
She's very good at that.
She's really good.
I don't think she had a stencil as I talked to her. And I saw a few people walking by that had bought them, which were great. Good for her.
Beautiful stuff, that's for sure.
And Colleen and I want to get into doing that, so it was kind of interesting. And there's her needlework kind of thing.
It's amazing.
And her tree ornaments. And more headbands. I think she must have done well with her headbands.
I would think so. They'd be nice and soft and warm, that's for sure.
Anyway, she also works at the alpaca farm.
It's called Sammy's Alpaca Farm.
And it's in Strathroy, and you get to walk around with the alpaca. And I think we were going to do that at some point.
Exactly. Look at all the colors of alpaca. Unbelievable.
And it's all natural. Like, that's the cool thing about alpaca, isn't it?
Right,
Those are just natural colors. And when I read her sign, I didn't realize that alpaca was 3 times warmer than wool.
That's amazing. You want warmth.
I wonder who tests that, though. How do you know?
I don't know
how do
the
you
answer
test
to
that? Is there scientists that do that, or is that just something people say?
I don't know the answer.
Anyway, her knitting work is amazing, and just a nice girl. So I think she must have a website, and she does some things online. You might want to just look that up. I'm not sure.
And there we are.
And I would rethink the red stuff again if we were going to do that again. Now here we are for our big show. Again, efficiently packing up. Now we took the 2 cars in one day, and the next day we took more stuff, and we were actually able to come back with just 2 cars full.
That's right.
There's our wagons. Look at the size of this place. It's a little overwhelming when you go in.
It was huge.
And cold.
And cold. So you'll notice in pictures that are coming that I'm in my coat all the time. We were frozen because we didn't understand that when they don't heat it to start with. And so we were just trying to get things set up, but we were cold.
And as you can tell by these video, we're one of the first ones there again to set up. Again, it gives us space to spread out. And a lot of people here come from out of town, and they don't have the privilege of coming the day before to set up. So we appreciated that. I know our neighbor was from out of town and had to get a hotel for a few days.
That makes things pretty expensive.
I was going to say that would cut into your profits pretty quick, right?
Now there's our 10 by 10 little booth, coat on, just trying to figure out where we're going to put things. And I might be trying to figure out if the square works.
I'm just in awe of this space. Like, that's our neighbor and our friend Connie. And I'm just in awe of the size of this space. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like the next day when there's people there. And that, again, our friend Connie's work. She makes wreaths, and it's called Connie's Creations. And she does a great job on her wreaths. And it was really nice for us to help her out, because if she needed a washroom break or whatever, we could spell her off a little bit. So it worked out quite well.
There's all our soaps. And then the knitting is still to be come out. So we worked together to get all the soap and lotions and candles out. And then it was time to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this knitting stuff?
And I just leave Colleen to do this all by herself, because I have no idea how she wants it or what her vision is for that. And she ends up doing a good job putting it all together by herself. It's good. Now, I think we'll do a more in-depth video as to what we would do differently next time, and how we would set it up. But totally felt after the 4 days it was successful. And it's amazing how we can fit all this stuff and we become more efficient.
We actually did get very efficient at doing things, and we were able to put just enough underneath the table so it didn't show, but we had it if we needed it. We had people selling chocolates and lovely things beside us.
Yes, that was always good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's somebody setting up their security boards. They were very nice. Does a good job on that.
Exactly. Now, May had more of an opportunity to wander around because she doesn't sit still very easy. So I said, May, go, enjoy. And I would just stay because working with the square is something that can be a little interesting at times. And so there I am, sitting in my spot.
And it hasn't started yet. You were just sitting kind of probably trying to figure out the square to see if it works.
Exactly.
Because our neighbor hasn't even showed up yet.
That's
I think
right.
This might be the day of. Yeah.
It is the day.
Is it the day of the sweater? I don't think it is, because you were wearing that the day
when we were setting up.
When we were setting up.
Yep.
Weren't you?
I
don't
think
remember.
So.
Yes.
I think the next day I wore a turtleneck, and that one didn't have a turtleneck.
Oh, maybe this was the next day because of the red carpet.
Oh,
it wasn't out the first
day. Next day. You're right.
And the lady beside us wasn't there yet, and this was opening up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right.
This was the next
the very first day.
Yeah. And this is just before all the people come. And there are neighbors, lovely neighbors. They did an amazing job. All that wood stuff that's right there was all gone by the end of the weekend.
That's right.
And the lady we got talking about scroll sawing and different things and woodworking, and she was kind enough to bring me some scroll saw blades.
That was very nice of her.
Really nice neighbors. Excellent. Yeah, there's our booth again. You're probably getting used to seeing that set up. We might change it up for next year. I don't know.
Now, am I knitting in the corner?
No.
Not yet, but I did.
Get that square out again. There's the Grinch.
Lots of pictures being taken with the Grinch.
He kind of scared all the kids. All the kids were crying. It was it was very sad. The little ones
was
were
having
crying.
fun.
Yeah, he was having fun with all the adults. And then he came to visit our booth, which was kind of nice of him. And then, so I hope you found that video helpful. Well, after all that packing and unpacking, it was quite the whirlwind.
Exactly.
Would we do it again? Would we do it again? Colleen and I have not had a chance to talk about our whole experience.
We have not had a business meeting. Because?
We've been too busy.
Well, we've been sick.
Oh, yes, we had COVID.
I had COVID. I started it. It's all my fault.
Yes.
So I had COVID, and May was
I thought I had a cold, but I wasn't testing positive.
And I said, May, you got COVID. I know you've got COVID.
I'm like, no. And we were supposed to do another show at an elderly home.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Colleen, I just have a cold. Like, I could do the show by myself. I don't have COVID. I'm not testing positive.
Right.
But the day before I was going to this show, I had everything all ready to go at the front door.
Yep, you were ready.
I thought, just for my peace of mind and to tell those people that I'm confident. I tested negative this morning. I'm good. I thought I better do a test before I go out. 7 o'clock in the morning, tested, and I tested positive. It's like, oh no. So we weren't too bad under the weather because we've been vaccinated all along.
That's right. That's right.
But we weren't too bad, but it does floor you a little bit.
That's
tired
right.
and motivation and stuff like that.
And then you don't want to go, like, you don't want to take any chances with anybody. You think, okay, if I got it, did we give it to anybody? And you worry about it. And
well, I don't.
well, you don't. Well,
Because you can get it anywhere. I mean, you can get it from anybody.
Exactly.
And as soon as you start to think, well, where did I get it? Well, forget it. Look where we've been.
Yeah.
And the one show, there had to have been 20,000 people at that show.
Exactly.
So, you know.
There was a person that we played pickleball with whose sister was working at the same show and ended up with COVID. So it was just around.
It's out there right now. It's pretty right.
They're saying the numbers are pretty high.
Yes. So anyway, we were kind of under the weather that way, and we talked about doing a podcast, and neither one of us had any energy.
We were sounding like this.
Yes. And anyway, we're here now, and we're excited to be here. And we really haven't had a chance to talk about what we would do differently. I think we'll do another video where we're more in depth of the things we learned, the things that we would do differently.
Oh, perfect.
What sold really well,
right.
what didn't sell so well.
Right.
And we'll have a whole conversation about that.
I think it's a great idea.
Off the top of my head, I would do it again tomorrow. Like, just from my experience, absolutely. I loved being out there. I loved talking to the people. Yeah. I love learning so much.
Introvert. Knitter. I let May hold the soap out there and say.
At one point, I was holding a tray of soap out in front of the booth, saying, it's soap and come on in, because people were hesitant to come in. Yeah. And I said to Colleen, I have to go to the washroom. Can you do? And Colleen kind of looked at me like a deer in the headlights. Are you kidding me? Me stand there with soap? That's not happening. Being the introvert.
So then. Me being the person that likes to surprise people, I thought, I can do this. I'll do it until she comes back. So I'm holding the thing. She comes back from the washroom.
What was my face like? I was shocked.
It worked.
You shocked me, and you were quick to hand me that tray.
Exactly.
And quick sat down again. But it was very funny. Just the two of us, I think that's why we get along so well, is because we were very different that way.
That's right.
And it seems to work. Mm-hmm. And you're the perfectionist, and I'm slap it together. You're the introvert, I'm the extrovert.
That's right.
It just works.
Right. One of these things is not like the other.
But anyway, the experience was super fun. Can't wait to talk to you more about it in detail. I can't wait to talk to Colleen more about it in detail, because honestly, we have not had that opportunity.
No, we kind of went from that, COVID, and now it's, are we ready for Christmas?
So, it was that, COVID, and we've got some things. We had lunches and every day. Your mom, my mom, lunch and
my
visiting
aunt
with friends.
Passed away.
Your aunt passed away. Funerals. So we really haven't had a minute. But we're hoping to get back into this all in the new year, and some more videos and some fun videos and more tutorials and that kind of thing. Anyway, so what were we talking about?
Our adventure.
Oh, yes. I kind of got sidetracked.
We'll call that COVID brain.
Anyway, the adventure at the craft show was amazing, and I hope you enjoyed that little video.
All right, so next we're going to talk about our souvenirs. I hear noise from the cheap seats. What can I do?
Before we go and we talk about our souvenirs, maybe we should talk about holidays and people celebrating the holidays, and we won't really be back until the new year. Give ourselves a little bit of a break, give you a little bit of a break, but we'll have lots to bring into the new year. Now, happy holidays, however you celebrate. If there's Hanukkah, your son's in Hong Kong. He celebrates more Chinese New Year. They celebrate that.
Yep. They do Christmas, but
Do they?
Yep.
They do Christmas and stuff. So wherever you are in the world,
right.
we hope that you have a great holiday. If you're alone, you can also one of our videos in and hang out with us for a bit.
Absolutely.
That's okay. Some people, like, you know, when people are alone at Christmas, like, you could be alone the week before, 2 weeks before, and it's okay.
Right.
But then at Christmas, it seems to be doubled down, and I think it makes people feel really bad.
Right.
But I think if you are alone at Christmas, what you could do is make the best of it. Like, eat whatever you want to eat, put your pajamas on all day, watch movies.
That's a great idea.
Yes. I mean, Colleen and I don't have we have Christmas Eve with our boys, but basically that's at our mom's. But basically we don't have this big family.
No.
And when you watch Hallmark movies, they tend to think that everybody's life is this little
Right.
perfect little world with these perfect little cookies and these perfect little and tree
Well, my
lighting
cookies are pretty perfect.
and baking and tree lighting
Right.
and not everybody's world is like that.
No,
so
that's true.
wherever you are, just enjoy the time, and then
right.
tomorrow's a new day.
Exactly.
So we're looking forward to seeing you in the new year, and have a great holiday.
All right, so let's talk about our souvenirs. So we were at the Western Fair Craft Show, so that was the big show we were at. And May doesn't like to stand still very much. So I said, you know, go ahead, go around. I'm good. I can handle the booth. It's not too busy. You go ahead and have a look around. So May went around, and then she came back. She goes, Colleen, there's yarn. I went, excuse me, there's yarn? And she said, yep, there's yarn, and you need to go take a look. So then I said, okay, May, you need to give me directions.
This is very funny.
So she gave me directions, and I followed them to a T, because May doesn't always give good directions, but I followed them to a T, found the road. So it was the Hoko Fiber Company. And so I said to May, I just had to buy some yarn.
Just a young couple starting out,
Exactly.
get a chance. I think they're online.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if they are. Are they online? I'm sure
Yes,
she said
they are.
she was
Yeah.
online.
HokoHokoFiberCompany.com. No, fiberco.com. I'll
Okay.
put the website
I'll put it up
yeah.
there. Nice young couple starting out. They dyed the yarn.
Yeah.
I got talking to them. Very exciting. They were excited to meet me. I was excited to meet them.
That's right.
So if you're watching our video, hello
there.
and just give it a shot. And you like the yarn?
Exactly. I love the yarn. It's a good, let me tell you what it is. It is 100% superwash merino wool. It says fingering sock 2-ply. It's got a really nice twist to it, by the way.
Nice.
Now, we did have a little bit of issue, but it was only my issue. And what happened was my wool winder had a moment, so I had to deal with it. So it wasn't too bad. I had just started anyway. So now it's that. So what I'm going to do, which I haven't done for a while, is I'm going to see this lovely Anguli cowl. I'm going to make myself an Anguli cowl because this yarn has depth to it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not solid green. I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but it's got really nice depths, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a try.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting. I would check out their website and that because they were just starting out, and it was nice to talk to them. Now, they didn't have a lot of variety there.
Right. So they've got, you know what they do have, which was lovely. Now, I didn't buy the speckles because I have lots of speckled yarn. They have speckles, and that's what I was when I was talking to them. I said, you know, you have really good speckles. Some speckles are blotches everywhere.
Right.
These were really, really fine speckles, and they were really nice. But I kind of fell in love with this color.
Yes. Nice. Well,
There
very
we go.
nice couple. So that was good.
And the good thing is May said, yes, you go buy yarn from them. They're nice people. I went, she doesn't often say go buy yarns. She says, oh, what yarn did you buy? But this one we went. And I'm looking forward to this. This is good.
Now, here's the other part of that story is, I said to Colleen, I didn't tell them that your son was from Hong Kong. They're from Hong Kong.
Right.
Her friend was from Hong Kong. The male of the couple was from Hong Kong.
Yep.
And I said, I should have said that your son was from Hong Kong. I'll go back and have a conversation. Following my own directions, I got lost.
But you did find them.
I said, did I turn right here? What did I say?
Oh,
and anyway, I came back and told Colleen I got lost in my own direction. She had a little
we
chuckle.
had a good chuckle about that one.
Yes, but anyway, that was a fun adventure. That's what I mean about our booth and our experience. We met these people. We wouldn't have met those people otherwise.
Exactly.
It was awesome. It was fantastic.
That's right. So that's my souvenir. And May, souvenirs for you?
Well, we both have a souvenir too. We decided, Colleen and I got talking one night, and this is before COVID and before our booths or in between booths.
Yeah.
We thought it would be a great idea to do an ancestry thing.
Right.
Somebody had talked to us about it.
Yeah.
Somewhere, and so Colleen went online and she ordered us these kits, and they came in the mail, and we each got our own little package thing here. It comes with instructions. We'll have to look into that.
Exactly. And then we had COVID, so we weren't going to be doing our ancestry DNA and spitting into the thing when we had COVID. That would not be appropriate.
So we're looking forward to doing that and sharing the results with you. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Now, I think for sure I'm Scottish and Irish.
Right.
If there's anything else in there, I'd be totally surprised.
Right.
And you think you're
Scottish and Irish because my mum's mum was born in Ireland and from Ireland, and the Scottish part through my dad's family. So
You know what I think got us into talking about this is because I have a coffee with one of my friends.
Yeah.
And she had no idea that she's Scottish. And she did this and she couldn't believe it. And
Oh,
it was
my
like
goodness.
60% or something.
Oh, well, there you
And
go.
so I think that's what kind of got
All
us to do
right.
this. So
It's
we're-
going to be fun.
we're going to mail this. So if you do it online, you can do this yourselves. You go on and you get this mailed to you. Then you'll spit in the kit, whatever you do.
Follow the directions.
And then follow the directions. And then you can mail it away. And I don't know how long it takes, but we'll let you know.
That's right.
And then we'll let you know the results.
So that's a fun souvenir.
So that
Looking
was
forward to doing that over
really
the holidays.
Fun. And as you know, again, we got talking to the fellow in the booth that's making all the toys, and I'm excited to get started with
Exactly.
that. Can't get into the garage. I'm kind of itching to do that. And so I was mentioning it to one of my friends in the miniature club, and she says, you know, I went to a garage sale years ago, and I've got all this stuff, and I'm trying to downsize, and I was sure that I had some wheels somewhere. So she got them out, which was kind of her. Oh my gosh, she's so kind and
Yes, she
generous.
is.
She's become a great friend, and we really appreciate her.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, she gave me the wheels. I said, "Are you sure? Look at all those wheels." Now it's got me going, and I have to make all these cars.
It's going to be good. You'll do a great
Yeah,
job.
so I've got all these wheels, and I said, you know, can I pay you for these wheels? Like, oh my gosh, they're like 25 cents a piece or something.
Right.
And she said, no, I was wanting to get rid of things and that. So very kind of her, appreciate it very much. And so that's inspiring me to get going on child's
Exactly.
toys, wooden
That's
toys.
right. It's going to be great.
Yes. So then just after COVID, we had some friends over, Carrie and Linda, who we love dearly. And they always give us a yearly gift, like
At Christmas
homemade
time, yeah.
Christmas gift every time. And Linda made this, which I love.
It's a mug rug.
They call it a mug rug, and I use it all the time because we have glass tables, and I always put my cup of tea down, and I'm always having to Windex
Right.
because and I put this down, and I'm not Windexing hardly at all.
That's impressive.
So it sits on there, and I think you could just
Right.
throw this in the wash if it got dirty. So
there we go.
and these are great. I love these. Why
Exactly.
would anybody want to make any
Yeah,
other
so
kind
Linda
of
did a
coaster?
great job. She embroidered it.
And she always personalizes it, which is really
Exactly.
cool. So good
Exactly.
job. Nice.
And
And
then-
then Carrie makes these. Are these like knit felt?
So what she must have done, because I said, oh, they're beautiful. I said, did you do needle felting? And she said, no. So I think she either knitted or crocheted. I can't tell because it's felted. And then threw them in, and they felted. So they come together.
Okay.
Isn't
There's
that
little things in
amazing?
there, yes.
Yep.
So those were cute to hang on the tree.
Exactly.
I
So
love
thank you.
homemade gifts. I just love that. Love it. And so that was our souvenirs. So we've had like kind of a whirlwind of a month. But
Exactly.
we are looking forward to the new year when we get to touch base with you all again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any ideas what you'd like to see in the new year for tutorials or otherwise, please let us know down below.
Comment down
And
below.
if you want to share what you're doing, or if you're alone for Christmas, or if you want to share what you're doing for Christmas, we'd love to hear about it.
And I know that lots of you comment, and we really enjoy your comments, but sometimes it's like, oh, I don't have time right now to get back to you. So I apologize for that, but that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to be better at responding to yours. Even if I just like it because we've read it. But often May will come off her computer and say, guess what they said? And we're just so excited that you enjoy watching.
Yes, we are.
So thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give us the thumbs up, comment down below. Please subscribe, because that helps us do these things for you. We could give more giveaways and do more things like that. And we do hope that you have a great holiday. And until next time,
You take care.